Hook or not to hook the reflex stick? Let's see if we can't answer that question. So to hook or not to hook the reflex stick? Let me just say that I personally have never broken a shaft hooking the product. Actually, I've never broken a shaft not hooking the product. Nobody's ever returned one and said that it broke because they hooked the product and the shaft broke. My whole idea behind not hooking the reflex stick is called torque. To understand torque, now to go back a minute, I worked at one of the biggest golf retailers in the world. I own my own golf shaft repair company, golf club repair company. So to understand my theory behind not hooking, and really it is all theory not to hook it. It's understanding torque and what torque is. And the best way to describe torque would be, let's take this golf shaft. Torque, when you actually take torque and you turn the club to the left or to the right, what we're doing is we're actually just turning the shaft, not bending. This would be your flex point this way. Torque would be this way. So if you understand that when you take the reflex stick and you were to when it were to bend back and forth this way, which is exactly what we want. Now for it to turn this way as it's coming back, in theory, and it's all in theory that I say this, that fiberglass does not have a torque rating. Golf shafts have a torque rating. Fiberglass and steel won't have a torque rating because they don't bend in that direction. Now I'm going to say that fiberglass probably has a slight torque, but yet it's definitely bending in a way it's not supposed to. So that's how I look at it. Can you punch the reflex stick? Can you hook it? You know, I would say you can, but in theory, I worry that we're asking the reflex stick to do something that it shouldn't, and that's to bend in that way. Back and forth flex is great, but when we're asking that shaft to turn in a direction that it's not designed to, can potentially you have a problem? Definitely, just because I think in theory that you can. Now, I've seen videos, people are hooking it, people are doing that. You know, great. You know, and like I say, I've never had one returned because somebody said, hey, I hooked it and it broke. I'm very fortunate. Our failure rate on these is like I say, below 2%. So we're doing really well. And that's because I think I supply you with the information that you need, and I'm upfront with you what not to do and what to do with the reflex stick. So in theory, yes, you shouldn't hook the reflex stick. Do people hook the reflex stick? They're out there hooking the reflex stick. So I leave it up to you. You want to hook it, hook it. If you don't, I don't know. Anyway, hey, thanks again for supporting Title Shot Sports and the reflex stick. Hard bass.